What's going on, everybody? We'll keep it short and sweet today. Got jobs data, little Fed meeting, mainly focused around the unemployment rate. So if you've been watching this channel, we've been talking about it for a while. We're kind of just slowly watching the economic situation here in the United States in general slip further and further. We're not on a cliff. We're not like necessarily teetering on the cliff, I don't think yet, but we're sliding to the edge, basically, and so far I haven't seen anything that's indicating we're changing direction. So the unemployment rate, if you remember last month, we didn't get anything released. October, they claimed because of the government shutdown, hey, we're not giving out any data. Whatever, is what it is. September, it was 4.4%. Now it's 4.6%. Huge caveat, we are still at like near historic lows as far as unemployment rate goes, but ever since COVID, it seems like the numbers have been a little bit jank. But overall, we're heading in the wrong direction. Unemployment starting to tick up relatively quickly in these terms. I know Powell did mention that they would like to see their policy decisions at the Fed control the unemployment rate and only let it tick up 0.1% overall is what they were aiming for, to keep it within control. But I mean, if you average that 0.2 out over the last 2 months, you're getting 1/10 each month. So not ideal. I think regular people, I don't know, you tell me if you're watching this right now, looking around. I have a couple friends and a family member, at least one, that are currently looking for work and can't find it, or they're going through just like an insane amount of interviews just to be turned down. Had a buddy actually go through, I want to say it was 5 interviews, just to be told he was overqualified and basically turned down for the job. So there's all kinds of weird shit going on. I don't think not anybody, but most people are not thriving right now. Things are a little bit tough. Prices continue to go up. We talk about that plenty. And then as we watch the labor market deteriorate, it's only going to get worse. I think it's going to get worse before it gets better. We've kind of been on a slow decline as far as like economic opportunity out here, especially for the younger people. It seems like it's what it feels like. Obviously, certain outliers, certain fields, certain professions doing fine, doing great, but we'll keep watching and see where it goes. Another interesting thing that I was reading up on was the labor participation rate. So basically, we're slowly starting to tick up on the participation. Basically, how many people are participating in the job market, and it seems like if you look at the historical data, as bad things happen, the rate goes up. So you don't really want to see the rate spike, because that means like everybody's panicking, like, oh shit, I got to go find a job. I think generally it's probably safer to assume all the people that kind of like left work during COVID or retired, like so many people retired and stuff due to all the changes. So that kind of like artificially like dropped it off a cliff, and then we like flattened back out. But if you start to see it climbing again, all these people that either were able to retire or chose to retire, maybe because their stocks are doing so well, their retirements are doing so great, 401ks are booming over the last couple of years. If we see stock market corrections, heavy ones, people panic. People sell their investments, which is, it seems like not the right thing to do. But if you're in retirement, you should be in some safer investments than that anyway, but not just in stocks 100%. Your allocation's a little messed up if you're doing that. But people still do panic and think like, oh man, I gotta go find a job just to like supplement and be on the safe side of things, which isn't a bad idea. But the problem is, if unemployment's so low, so we have supposedly 4.6% unemployment, but more and more people are joining the workforce because times are tough, and also people that are interviewing for jobs can't find jobs. I feel like that's just a recipe for disaster, or at least it's not adding up. Companies left and right, we're watching. I know Verizon was the big one for a little while there. Over 10,000 jobs, just they're laying off people. There's companies left and right that are laying people off. Large companies, Amazon claims they're going to do it seems like every couple of months. Amazon's talking about how many people they're going to lay off. And we're not growing, I guess, is the real issue. And it seems weird because since I've started this YouTube channel, I mean, we've not really had like a peak, like an economic period of like prosperity in any way. Like I started it right after COVID, so I kind of missed like the preamble to COVID where everything was doing great, as everybody acts like, and just jumped right in when everything went to shit, after everything went to shit, and then kind of as we're trying to build back up to what was before anyway. So it's kind of like I don't even know if we're still back as far as net job numbers, no matter how much Biden wanted to tweet out how many jobs they created. But after COVID destroyed so many jobs and we lost all the jobs in COVID, when they started getting them back, basically getting back to status quo, the trend that we were on before, I don't even know. I'd have to go look personally and see if we even made it back to the trend line yet. I don't think we have, to be honest. And that's not a good omen for anybody, especially though people coming out of high school and college looking for jobs. I know I've talked to a couple of people I work with now that they happen to have just started their career right out of 2008 or right as 2008 was happening. And they were like, man, I was worried. And it seems like that's kind of what's going on right about now, is like there's some people coming out of college right now that are like, hey, man, you're just not going to find a job. I know there's some crazy stats about the rate of unemployment as far as people with college degrees. People going into debt, getting a college degree just to come out of college and not being able to find a job with a piece of paper you paid for to basically get a job. So, I mean, you can't blame it on anybody else all the time, but I mean, there's one way or the other, it's not a good thing. So the trend's not looking positive. Like I said, we're not jumping off the cliff yet, but we're slipping towards the edge, and maybe in 6 months or so, we'll wait and see where we're at. I know the Fed is going to probably prep. We're going to see more rate cuts coming up here relatively soon, and next year we're probably going to see some more. And as they cut the rates, just keep watching, because that means the economy is just getting worse and worse. They're spooling up the money printer as we speak, basically, to try to prepare themselves to save whatever this economic possible crash, or whatever you want to call it, is. There's no guarantee that it's going to happen. Hopefully it doesn't happen. That'd be great somehow if we just work it out perfectly. They're still in the process of the soft landing they were aiming for. So will they be able to pull it off? It takes so long to figure it out. I've been talking about it the whole time I've been making YouTube videos, but that is what it is. And we'll continue to watch, and we hope for the best, I guess. So if you got something out of the video, I appreciate it. If you like it, subscribe to the channel. Trying to hit 300 subs. It'd be cool. If you didn't like it, dislike it and tell me why. I'm open to the constructive criticism. I'll catch you guys tomorrow.